All right, so what are we doing today? We are making pizza, gluten-free pizza. So we're gonna make a sabatosos gluten-free pizza that we get from Costco. We're gonna put, one side is gonna have red onion, mushrooms, pepperoni, and half of it is gonna have just onions and mushrooms. And we have some extra mozzarella to cut up and put on top of the pizza. What we recommend is going to your local grocery store and getting a gluten-free crust, whether it's cauliflower or made out of flour alternatives. Gluten-free crust pizza with cheese on it, just a plain pizza, because we like to put our own toppings on it. We find out, we've tried the ones that are loaded and gluten-free from the store with the frozen stuff on top of them, and it doesn't taste as good as the fresh stuff, we don't find. Okay, you're still filming? You are still filming. Are you filming at all? Yes, okay, good. So first steps first, we heat the oven. We do it at 450, and we found that's worked with these pizzas. You will have to play around a little bit to figure out what works for you. Now we recommend pizza stones. Some recipes say just put it directly on the grate. You always want to preheat your oven first because the pizza will get soft and it can fall through the grates if you do it on the grate. If you don't preheat a pizza stone or a pizza, one of the metal slabs that people do it on, then the pizza will stick and it gets very chewy and it doesn't cook properly. So I'll always preheat that. And then we take the pizza stone and we put it in the oven. We usually put it on the middle shelf, and we put it in from cold. If you preheat the oven and then put the stone in, there's a chance that the stone can break. So that's preheating, we're good. So while the oven's heating up, we prepare the pizza. There we go. Okay. So I like to layer pepperoni first. And we're using Grimm's pepperoni. You can figure out which pepperoni you like best. And I usually just give, I don't know, 20 on the side. And when you're looking for pepperoni, just make sure it says gluten-free on the bag, because there are different smokes and different things like that that they use to cure these that can contain, if they use liquid smoke to cure it, then there can be gluten in it sometimes. So just, as always, make sure your pepperoni toppings are gluten-free. Okay, so now I usually put the onion on second and the mushrooms on top. So we're using red onion today. We've used yellow onions. All different kinds, and I cut sort of thin onion ring type things and just chop them up a little bit and put some giant strands of onion on there. If you have a different way that you order the layers on your pizza, let us know in the comments. And now we chop up some mushrooms. Usually 1 or 2 mushrooms are good enough for pizza. You don't need a whole lot. I just have brown button mushrooms. I'm going to wash them and then we'll slice them up and put them on. I usually just chop them somewhat thin. The thicker you leave them, the more sort of juicy the pizza stays, because mushrooms have a lot of water in them. So I tend to chop them thinly so that they cook a little bit and that the pizza doesn't get too mushy. There. And last but not least, we put some mozzarella cheese on top. This is Kirkland. It's a product of Canada, when you buy it in Canada anyway. So I usually just make a pile of cheese in the middle of the pizza. And then spread it around. Now, if you don't have a pizza stone, like I said, make sure your oven is heated up all the way, because you want to put the completely frozen pizza onto the grill of your oven rack, because that way it'll cook through. You don't want to put it in early before the oven's heated up. A little more. It's a lot of cheese. Okay. One of the things I usually put on, probably controversial, is a little bit of Mrs. Dash. It just flavors the cheese a little bit. You can use garlic allspice, and I mean a little bit. You can use garlic allspice, garlic salt, but we find this just gives it a little bit of a fresher seasoning taste. And now we wait for the oven to heat up. While we're waiting, we're going to enjoy a Whistler Brewing gluten-free Forager Lager. Okay, so the oven is at 450. We're going to put the pizza in. Got our oven mitts here. And when you put the pizza in, don't slide it in, put it straight down. Because if you slide it in onto the stone, it'll wreck the bottom crust. And now we set a timer for 12 minutes. That's when we first check the pizza. It will usually take, for the one we make, 12 to 18 minutes, depending. We just wait till the cheese on top gets nice and brown. In the meantime, while we're waiting, tell us what your favorite toppings for a pizza are in the comments. We've had these pizza stones for probably 15 years now, and we don't wash them with soap or anything. It's just made out of stone here, and we generally just rinse it off and wipe it down with a paper towel, and so it gets nice and seasoned like this, and that helps crisp up the pizza at the bottom. It also adds a lot of flavor, but it takes a couple years of making pizzas to get it to this state. Okay, so it's been 12 minutes. The timer just went off. This is our first check on the pizza. Ooh, starting to get goldeny. Starting to get goldeny. You can see that there's a little bit of juice on top still, and we want it to get fully golden, so we're going to give it another probably 3 minutes and check it every 3 minutes. Okay, so it's been in for another 3 minutes. After the first 12 minutes, we're going to check it out. Ooh, that looks pretty good. I think it's ready. Let's take it out. Now, when you've taken it out, we usually let it sit on the stove, on the stone, and cool for 5 minutes.
shout out to Jasper Brewing Company. A little over a year from that fire. Still holding strong. But warning, sorry guys, this is not gluten-free.
Time to cut the pizza. And I like to put some hot chili flakes on it. A lot of these chili flakes, we actually grew the chili in our garden and dried it out. And it goes great on pizza. And I like to put banana peppers on mine, give it a little bit of spice. Enjoy!